When we're dealing with infinitive construct, we generally look for a preposition before a shoresh. The most frequent prepositions to appear before a shoresh are the kelev prefixes. So a kaf, a lamed, or a bet before a shoresh will indicate that we're dealing with an infinitive construct. We discussed the lamed prefix in the previous clip. In this clip, we're going to be discussing the kaf prefix and the bet prefix. You learned in 1004 that the bet or kaf prefix plus a noun such as ish or bayit, right? What do they mean? A bet bibayit would be in a house or on a house, or sometimes in a different word could be about, etc. Ki, before like a word like ish, a noun, would be like a man, ki ish. However, when we're dealing with infinitives, that's not the case. The bet and the kaf do not mean like, and they do not mean in, about, or on. The bet or kaf prefix before a shoresh, not a noun, a shoresh meaning a verb, depicts time. So upon, when, while, these are all acceptable translations for the bet or kaf. If you use the word upon, you use the suffix ing relating to your verb. In our example here, vayhi bishmoa, upon hearing, right? So notice I have my upon plus my ing suffix. When I use the when translation of the bet or kaf, I have to take my verb and make it some sort of tense, either past tense or future tense. So in our case here, vayhi bishmoa, so vayhi bi means when. So I have to say when so-and-so heard or when so-and-so will hear. So I have to choose. I have a clue here by he. So which one is it, past or is it future? So by he is clearly past tense. So when so-and-so heard. Other clues that I would use in addition to vayihi to figure out if I'm dealing with past tense or future tense is to look for a narrator. Here I have bivoam el ohel moed. So bivoam, I have bet plus my shoresh bo, right, plus the suffix am. So bi here I'm translating as when. I could have translated as upon. They're coming to the ohel moed, but here I'm doing when. So the at the end is they. And then bo means to arrive or to come, and I have a narrator. So when they arrived, because as we mentioned in the participle video, that when I have a narrator, it's the past, right? I'm dealing with things that happened already. Let's see this in the Pisukim. So Vayhi kivo Avram Mitzrayma. Vayhi ki means, we're going to go with when. Could have said upon. When Avram, Vayhi is past, so when Avram came or arrived, Mitzrayma, towards Egypt. And my infinitive is kivo, right? Because I have the kaf, a kelev letter, right, before shoresh. So when Avram came or arrived towards Egypt, Vayiru HaMitzrim et ha'isha, the Egyptians saw the woman, ki yafahi me'od, that she was very beautiful. Let's look at number 12. Vayhi be. When I see vayhi be, I know it's going to be when or upon or while. So when Paro, vayhi bishalach Paro, when Paro sent, so my infinitive is bishalach. I have a kelev letter before a shoresh, so I have that, right? So that's an infinitive construct. So when Paro sent away the nation, ... Okay, look at number 13. Vayhi ke, again, vayhi ke, right, is going to be when, while, upon. Before shoresh, here's daber. So when Aharon spoke, El kol adat b'nei Israel, to the entire assembly of b'nei Israel, the children of Israel. Okay, look at 14. Vayhi bin soa ha'aron. So vayhi be, again, is when. So my shoresh is nun samach ayin. Notice I have my patach genuva under my ayin because my guttural needs to have a patach before it in terms of sound. So vayhi bin soa ha'aron. So when the aron traveled, vayomer Moshe, Moshe said, dot, dot, dot. In number 15, right, I don't have vayihi ke. I just have a kelev letter, a bet, plus a shoresh, right? So here, I don't know at first glance if it's future tense or past tense. So all I know is that I'm dealing with an infinitive because I have that kelev plus a shoresh. But if I look at the ends of the pasuk, al tismach, I see that I have a listener, right? Tough prefix, right? An eitan prefix. Tough prefix is you. You will do something. So if I have a listener, that means I have to have a speaker. Also the cha, right? Your enemies. So I'm dealing with a listener and a speaker. So as we mentioned with participles, that means that bin full has to be either present or future tense. So bin full oivecha. So when your enemies fall or will fall, al tismach. So al plus the tough, right, means don't. Sameach is like rejoice, be happy. So don't rejoice. So when your enemies fall, don't rejoice.